Every household understands one simple rule. If you spend more than you earn, eventually you run out of money. So why don't governments, why do nations stay in debt for decades, sometimes centuries, without collapsing? Why does government debt keep growing even during economic growth? And why does no one ever talk about paying it all back? This video, we are not debating politics. We are exposing how government debt actually works, why it is permanent, and why expecting it to end may be the biggest misunderstanding in modern economics. Most people judge government debt using personal logic: income minus expenses, savings versus borrowing. Debt is bad, surplus is good. That logic works for individuals. It does not work for governments. Governments control the currency. They collect taxes in that currency. They issue debt in that currency. A household cannot print money. A government can. A household must earn before spending. A government spends first, then adjusts later. This difference changes everything. Debt for governments is not a failure. It is a tool. Governments borrow because borrowing solves problems that taxes cannot. Raising taxes is slow, politically painful, economically risky. Borrowing is fast, quiet, popular. Debt allows governments to fund wars without immediate sacrifice, build infrastructure without waiting decades, stabilize economies during recessions, win elections without raising taxes. Debt pushes costs into the future, and future voters do not vote today. This makes debt extremely attractive. Here is the part most people never learn. Government debt is not just borrowing, it is money creation. When governments issue bonds, banks buy them. Central banks support them. New money enters the financial system. That money circulates through public salaries, contracts, welfare, infrastructure. Debt becomes liquidity. Trying to eliminate government debt would mean removing money from the system, which would cause recessions, deflation, mass unemployment. This is why debt does not disappear. It is structurally required. People often ask, why don't governments just pay the debt off? Because full repayment would destroy the system that depends on it. Government bonds are bank reserves, pension fund assets, insurance company foundations, safe collateral for global finance. If governments paid off all debt, banks would lose core assets, pension systems would destabilize, financial markets would lose their anchor. Debt is not just a liability, it is the foundation of modern finance. Removing it would cause chaos. Governments rarely eliminate debt, they dilute it. Inflation reduces the real value of debt over time. The number stays the same. The purchasing power shrinks. This is why inflation is tolerated, sometimes even encouraged. Debt becomes easier to service as currency weakens. Savers lose quietly. Debtors benefit gradually. Inflation is not an accident, it is a pressure valve. Debt grows because populations expect more services. Healthcare costs rise, pensions expand, economies slow as societies age. Cutting spending causes unrest, raising taxes causes backlash. Borrowing avoids both. So debt compounds, not because governments are careless, but because the system rewards postponement. Debt is tomorrow's problem. Politics is about today. Government debt does not mean collapse tomorrow, but it does shape your future. Higher inflation, higher taxes, reduced purchasing power, delayed retirement benefits. Understanding this helps you make better decisions. Holding only cash becomes risky. Ignoring assets becomes expensive. Blind trust becomes dangerous. Governments are always in debt because the modern system is built on debt. It will not end with discipline. It will not end with responsibility. It will end only through restructuring, inflation, or reset. You cannot change the system, but you can stop misunderstanding it. And once you understand how money really works, you stop being confused by headlines and start positioning intelligently. That is what Capital Unlocked exists for, not to scare you, but to help you see clearly in a system that survives on confusion.